Hey guys, welcome to another episode of One Unpleasant Podcast, the only podcast you can finger rats to. I'm here with Ken.
What?
And I am here with Tim.
Saw, dude.
I'm gonna kill Tim, but finger.
I don't see what the big deal is.
It's so that is horrendous. Just a horrendous thought. You fingering your. Oh God,
I
no!
didn't even imagine it. I just took it as the words that he said. I was not going to. Now that you said that,
My brain automatically imagines situations. There's no turn off. It's auto. Just like some people just got auto shade. They just can't help but to throw shade at you. It's a thing.
You gotta
Believe
tell
me, I
him you're
know.
throwing shade again. Oh, sorry. I didn't
And,
mean
It's
and
automatic,
and
man.
your hair looks stupid. Hey,
I'm not in
stop.
control of my actions, man. I'm sorry. Like,
And you a bitch. Oh
you
my
can't
God!
hold me accountable for my own actions. Like, that's just fucked up.
That's when you know you've hit rock bottom. When you gotta say that sentence. I'm sorry, I'm not in control anymore.
You're right, dude.
Oh,
People
man.
are just that fucked up though.
Yeah, a lot of people hit rock bottom. Hold on.
Anyway, how you guys been?
Tim, you can go.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good? What have you guys been up to?
Working.
What have you done that was interesting?
Yeah. I want to.
You went to
The-
Pride, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. Friday. I'm going again on Sunday. And it was actually fun, but wasn't a lot going on Friday, but we're going to try to make the parade Sunday, so that'll be pretty dope.
I've never been. I've always wanted
This is my
to,
first
but-
time, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Like,
like, it's-
even though there wasn't, like, anything going on, like you said?
I mean, like, there was stuff going on, but, like, the time that we got there, there was half of it was being taken down for some reason. I guess they were done with that part of the day, and then it started to get a little bit more lit to around, like, 6, 7 o'clock, because there was a lot more people later in the day, but
Yeah, so-
I'm pretty sure it's going to be, like, way more packed on Sunday.
What do you do, is my question.
There's,
I know
okay,
the
so...
parade, but...
Okay, so as soon as you get up there, like, there's a bunch of different stands. There's a lot of food. There's music going on. A lot of stuff where you can just buy novelty items, souvenirs. They've got a lot of different things.
Did you get anything?
I was going to. I just didn't. I kind of was just... I was kind of just more observing what they had, just so I could get a feel for everything,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I honestly do not like to start spending money right off the back when I get somewhere. Like, I literally do not like to do that, ever.
Because then you'll find
Like-
something even better later.
Exactly. So I'm just like, let me look around, let me look at everything, and even if I don't get anything, I'm okay with that, Like, I can totally do that. And that's what I did, but
And you go back
we tried
Sunday.
to leave.
And then you go back Sunday.
Yes. I would have been there today, but I had work today, so
Mm.
I would have tried to at least, but...
I feel like I should go sometime. Maybe when I move out of the house, and that's just less of a taboo for the
I feel
folks.
you. See, I had to not tell my parents, technically.
It's like, where you going? Oh, just out.
Just same old, hanging out.
Me and
You
my
know the
friends are gonna
deal.
go watch straight porn. Just so you know, just so you know that we are in fact doing straight guy things.
None of us will have a butt plug.
I promise I'm not gonna come back with a butt plug. He's like, I'm not questioning this. Why are you telling me this? I just want you to know.
Why is
Just
there a
gotta
tail
confirm
coming out
it.
of your ass, son? Why is there a tail coming out of your ass? No reason. It's just a tail. I got it from Spencer's. You know how they have those things up there.
For borderline furries.
Why don't you go ahead and try sitting down from me? Sit on the couch. You know what? No,
Nah,
no.
I'm good.
Sit on the concrete. Sit on the concrete, bro. Hey,
Your parents
But I
are
can't.
already accusing you of having a butt plug.
I know, right?
I'm done.
It's like, why don't you stand up? It's lit.
Yeah, it's
On
lit
your
up here.
legs.
It's lit up here. Come on, like,
Man, standing
join
is
the
so
lit-
lit.
join the lit lifestyle and stand up with me, Dad. Like, why do we have to sit down? Like,
I mean, we can stand up, we can be lit. You can side dude, I can side dude. We all side dude, side dude.
I'm saying.
millennials are so weird. They might believe that stand that we think standing is a thing now. Like we stand with our friends. It's
Yeah,
standing parties. It's a thing that
it
millennials
really
do.
is. We stand together as one.
Until one of our legs get tired, then one of us sits down. Then we all sit down. Then we got sitting parties, and then that becomes a millennial thing.
And then it's the sitting versus the standing parties.
And then everything's not lit anymore.
That
It's very
sucks, man.
lit.
That's true.
But speaking of, you know,
Lit. Wait
millennials.
1 second. Wait 1 second. I just remembered something.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Okay. Okay, so when we got on the metro, right,
Yeah.
there was this door that said press when oh no, damn it. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Okay. Press to open door when lit. And I saw that, dude. Oh my god. Like I lost my shit. I literally lost my shit. Like I was hype about that for a good 30 minutes. You can ask anybody who I was there with.
I'll
Like
never
I
be able to
swear.
ride the train ever
I
the same ever
swear,
again.
dude. Just, oh my god, dude.
It's the little things, man. Enjoy it.
It is. It really is. All right, I'm done now.
Or when I'm out with my little sister, just out and about, and she sees a pun,
Mhm.
she won't let me hear the end of it. Like a pun out in the wild. Those are the best ones. Those are the best.
True.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I was saying before, speaking of millennials, let's go back in time to when we was in middle school. Now, the reason I'm bringing up middle school is because recently, Ken and I have been talking about middle school a lot for some reason. Couldn't tell you why, but I guess getting old comes with reminiscing of memories and whatnot, and middle school seems like an eternity away. I mean, it really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, who wants to go first? What were you guys like in middle school?
Ah, dog. Well, I could tell you this because I get it's honestly the most dramatic thing I've ever done. It's ever because before high school, I didn't really like people. I didn't like talking. I read a lot of books. I had friends and I had people that I would associate myself with. I wouldn't be rude when they're walking in the hallway. I'd be like, "Oh hey, blah blah blah," because I liked people that weren't mean to me. So that was all fine and dandy. But I really like reading. I was very kept to myself. I always drew. I drew too much, which is why shut up, phone. Christ, jeez, that's our weeaboo friend that was messaging us. But
She was supposed to be on the podcast, but
She
microphone.
fucking up.
Yeah, exactly.
get good.
Focus.
Anyway, focusing. I'm focusing. Don't worry, dog. But
Oh my god.
oh my god, I'm gonna turn this off. Anyway, so in middle school, I was very, very opposite to how I was in high school and how loud and conjunctual I am now. Conjunctual? I don't think that's the right term. But yeah, it's a dramatic change. But the most thing that I remember about middle school, since I don't want to get too cringy, is my
We want to get cringy here, Ken.
We really
That's
do.
the good stuff.
the juicy stuff. So I watched a lot of anime back then, but most of it was ecchi because boobies. Anyway, so my main when it came to drawing was Sonic. Now,
Drew a lot of Sonic.
Sonic porn to be exact. I'm kidding.
Whoa, there,
I
brother.
thought he was serious.
I thought it was serious too.
I would have believed it.
Exactly. That's the saddest part.
I know.
Y'all have no faith in me. Y'all, I did not draw. I look.
The fact that you've drawn me porn.
I've only drawn porn for two reasons. One, for request, and two, for Tim's birthday. That's it. That's the only two.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me.
But
I brought it up.
but I did I drew a lot of Sonic, and I was just cleaning out my closet one day, trying to make some room in my room, and I found some old of my I drew stick comics too, where I included all my friends, and it was like really cool. I like reading them because I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this. This was fun. Blah 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 blah.
Stick figure porn.
Hell yeah, nigga, that shit is lit. I'm just kidding.
Go on.
That's a thing too. I don't
believe
like
it.
the fact that I know that's a thing. Anyway, if you don't type in things when the internet was young, you could type in 2 words and get something completely different. Anyway, and Sonic was my main fascination. So I'd like look in my drawing binder, I'd have like pictures as reference, and half of them were Pokemon, the other half was Sonic. So I had a whole bunch of Sonic characters in my drawing binder, and I remember one day. It wasn't embarrassing, but I felt embarrassed. I was walking in the hallway, and I was holding my stuff wrong, and I was trying to rush to class before I was late. I dropped everything.
Question.
Yes.
Did you run like Naruto with your hands backwards? Like
In
behind
fifth,
you?
fifth grade. Fifth grade.
Okay,
I
so that's not middle school.
yeah.
Still cringy though.
Also, hey, hold on. That's not it. I didn't run because of Naruto. I ran because of Sonic. And also,
Well, he runs super fast.
cringy. Worse than that is it's actually technically faster, and I knew that, and that's why I did it. And also, Sonic runs fast. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. That correlates. I I had a lot of unnecessary knowledge. I still do, but that's why I didn't have friends because I'd be like, hey, did you know blah 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 blah? And they're like, what the fuck? Shut your irrelevant ass up. I'm like,
You seen this praying mantis? It's lit. It's like, wow, Ken.
That's literally what people would.
Smoke a cigarette like the rest of us 6th graders.
I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, I drew a lot of Sonic. I looked at it and I was like, all right, what's this page? Oh, that's Sonic. That looks stupid. Oh, Super Sonic, Espio, Silver. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nope, nope. Needs to burn. Need to burn it. Need to burn it. And I had Sonic comics and stuff, and I was just like, these need to burn. I'm glad I haven't found my Sonic comics because I'd go back
Would
to
you
the past.
burn those?
I'd burn them, and then I'd go back in the past, and that my younger self would be drawing it, and I'd just be like, no, no, bad Kendrick, and then like kick over his chair or something like that.
What's funny is that he actually knows exactly where it is. He's just in denial. On the box it says not Sonic Comics. Do not open. Under
Tim-
any circumstance.
Tim comes in my room, he's like, what's this, man? I'm like, in the not Sonic comics? I believe it. Walks away.
Well, why wouldn't he believe you?
I don't know.
Would you lie to him?
I would never lie to Tim.
Uh-oh.
Tim's like, shit finna not be lit in a minute. Finna get out of here.
Yes, what were you like, Tim?
He didn't have an afro. That's
Right.
a fact.
No, I didn't. Not until like I really didn't get an afro till like the end of middle school. But the beginning of middle school, like I was into anime, but all I really watched was like the shit that was on Toonami, and mainly I watched Naruto. And I didn't run like Naruto. I would at recess, but I never did seriously. But however, before I hit middle school, 5th grade, not gonna say his name, this dude who I was really cool with, like anytime that we had lunch and he was getting ready to run outside, he would be the only motherfucker. I promise, he was the only motherfucker to run like Naruto in the entire school. And like everybody would be watching him too. He just didn't give a fuck. I was like, I see you, bro. Like he was picking up wind and a lot of speed doing that. But I mean, I sure as hell wasn't about to do that. But that's I remember that for sure. Beginning
We
of
all
middle
knew a
school.
kid like that.
Yeah, we all
Wait,
did. That's why there's a
wait.
meme for it. Like,
It's true. Tim, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you talking about that story reminded me of something that happened in middle school. I don't know if I told this story or not. I'll make it quick. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, you're
though.
good.
But I remember at recess during middle school, and we were playing tag outside,
Mhm.
and we were all just running around and stuff. And apparently, I didn't know my body had limiters or whatever. So we were playing tag, and my friend was running away. So I went like a mad dash at him, and I tried to tag him. And
Yeah.
apparently, my gentle tag knocked him all the way across the uh, the playground. Like he fell face first and skidded for a while.
Damn, bro. Why
Like
you trying
I,
to kill motherfuckers? Like, what's wrong with you?
that's not. I was just trying to tag him, and apparently I pushed him down super hard.
It's
Yeah,
because you wouldn't look at Ken's praying mantis collection.
Probably not. Probably offended the hell out of him. You
And he didn't
motherfucker.
like Sonic.
You're it, bitch.
You're it, bitch, dude.
Dude, if
All
I
right.
said something like that, somebody would snitch on me in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
remember
how-
I said the word stupid and somebody told on me.
I called the girl sexy and I got in trouble for it.
Oh, I'm sure you
Like,
did.
that was like fourth grade though. I like wrote it on a piece of paper and I gave it to her. And then she like gave it straight to the teacher and I was like, fuck, why would you do that? Like, dude, literally, I saw her do that and I was like, wow, fuck. Like, there goes my recess.
Like,
Jeez.
just by the way, you ain't sexy no more.
I literally was saying that in my head. I'm like, wow, you're not even sexy anymore for that. I got my name written on the damn board. I don't know why, but like as a kid, you used to take that shit to heart. Like, I mean, when I was in kindergarten, I didn't really care, but seeing all everybody go outside and having fun while I was just inside was kind of shitty, to be honest. But that was literally like every day in kindergarten. There was only one day where I didn't get my card pulled. It was bullshit, bro. I swear.
So you were a bad
Like, it
kid.
was freaking retarded. I don't even remember. Like, I remember what I did, but like, I was just always acting up. I don't know, man. I was so rowdy as a freaking 6-year-old.
I got my
Goddamn.
ass beat.
Me too.
I I think I've told this story on the podcast. The only time I've gotten in that kind of trouble, and it was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
It was at field day, and I think it was kindergarten. And I turned to my other friend, and I was just like, "Hey, look!" And I flashed him my underwear through the zipper, and he just laughed at it. He was like, "Hey, man, look at mine." And the teacher caught us like flashing each other, and she was like, no!" And then we went straight to the office. This kid was crying, and I was just like, "Dude, play
Aw.
it cool. Come on." Own up to
Like,
it.
come on,
Good.
dude.
But thank God they
Suck
didn't
it
tell my
up, man.
parents.
Stop being a pussy.
But I wasn't a troublemaker. I was never a
Yeah.
troublemaker.
I was.
I don't know why, but I always had that fear.
Yeah. Oh, that you
Because,
get
like you
much.
said, being on the sideline at recess, that sucks.
It
That hurts your
sucks,
pride.
dude. It does. It hurt, man.
I was
And then
never
when-
intentionally. Or go ahead, Kevin.
I was just gonna say, and then when your friends try to kind of go over to where the kids sit down at recess and try to talk to you, they get shooed away like dogs. Like, go shoot! He's being punished right now.
Oh, dude, I wasn't even allowed to go out the classroom. Like,
Oh,
if you
that's
if you're
terrible.
in for recess, you're literally in the classroom by yourself with the teacher. Like, lights off. Like, it sucked, dude.
You couldn't even go to sleep too.
Yeah, they literally wouldn't let you sleep. Like, try to go to sleep, bro. I honestly never went to sleep either when there was nap time.
Would've
And the one
liked-
time I did, I faked it.
I'm like, damn, why do you want me to do that?
No, dude, they were like, get up. And I was trying to pretend like I was still asleep. But then there was always this one nigga, dude. He was always asleep. Somehow he always overslept. But the one time I oversleep, they didn't freaking believe it, bro. This dude literally always overslept, bro. This nigga always overslept. It would literally be 30 minutes after nap time, and he'd still be asleep. And it's like, oh, he's just sleeping. Oh, wow. I guess I'm not just sleeping then. Like, damn.
Question.
That one
was he
time I
white?
actually slept, bro. No, dude, he was black.
Okay. Well, there goes your scapegoat. I don't know what to tell you.
I know, right? pretty much screwed after that, but
You were saying something, Ken? I interrupted you.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool. But I was saying like when it came to trouble in middle school, like I didn't. So I always had this concept that like school was stupid because a lot of the concepts in school is stupid, and I still believe that partially. But in middle school, I was like, man, everything's stupid. Why are we gonna do homework when a lot of the stuff in the homework don't show up on tests? Blah 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 blah. And
That's a
so
good point.
I just didn't like doing homework. The thing is, I would do great on tests, but whenever it came to homework, I'd never do it. And that was always the thing with me. But when I'm not, like, if I do homework and I do good in school and whatever, I'm always getting in trouble for drawing in class.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
that
I remember
was,
you in trouble for that in my high
like,
school.
I always got in trouble for that. I'd be sitting there, I'd have the notes written down, and then I'd start drawing. And then, like, the
Yep.
teacher come over and be like, what the hell do
Kendrick,
you think
stop
you're
drawing.
doing? Exactly. And I'm like, I, I don't have to write down these notes, you know. I can just do whatever I want. But I would
Biology
always like
class.
You would never get away
biology
with
class.
that.
But we're not talking about biology class. That's high school. We're talking
I
about middle
know.
school.
Yeah.
Biology class was lit when me and Tim was in it.
Good times.
Anyway,
Good times.
in middle school, I'd always draw in class. Like I had the notes written down too, but there'd be a whole bunch of drawings on the side. But she would always take away my notebook, and it was the same notebook I wrote my notes in. And I'd be like, well, this sucks. I don't have my notes, nor do I have my drawing. But the funny thing was, I always had like 4 notebooks which I draw in. So I take out another notebook, and then I start drawing in that one. And then she come up and take that one, and then I'd be like, well, shit. Take out another notebook and just start drawing in it again. One of my teachers just gave up after a while, and it was funny because I remember the day she did. She was drawing on the board, and like she just happened to look back one day, and this was after the day I pulled out 3 notebooks. She looked back at me, or another time I pulled out 3 notebooks, and she just looked back at me, and she was just like, shook her head, and just like, "You're gonna be a failure at life, Kendrick. That's it. I have nothing else to say to you."
And look
Like,
at you now.
look at me now. A failure at life. Oh my god, I'm just kidding.
Well, you're not a complete failure.
I don't even think I'm a failure at life. I just think I'm lazy.
Okay.
But that's besides the point.
But in middle school, though, like we've been talking a lot about
Yeah.
elementary school.
Yeah.
Um, trying to remember how I was in middle school. This has to be the most awkward phase of my life.
Dude, me too. That
Yeah,
literally,
that is
was, dude.
agreed.
6th and like 7th grade, dude, and 8th was awkward as fuck for me, dude.
I didn't know who I wanted to be. Or I kind of had an idea, but I couldn't be that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, let's see. 6th grade, I was always dressing in football memorabilia. For
Mhm.
whatever reason. I was like, oh, I'm going to play football, and never did it. Never did it. Because jocks, I hate them.
Oh,
Or I
thanks.
hated them.
I see how it is, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your fault, it's theirs.
It's true.
Tell them to straighten the act up. Let's see, that was a thing. And I would always be called gay. I was verbally
Yeah.
abused.
Yeah. I know what it is, man. I
Sucks,
really
man.
know what that is.
7th grade is when I started getting into my quote-unquote emo scene look.
I wanted that in 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah. This is when it first started. It started when I got to own my first Hot Topic t-shirt. Hot Topic t-shirt. There we go.
Yeah, my parents would not even let me do that, dude. It was not even until high school till I got to like have like literally my first like.
I
Hot
couldn't
Topic
even say
t-shirt.
the word metal without getting like scolded.
I know, right?
Parents, jeez, look at us now.
Right.
The epitome of success.
Yes.
No, though, but it was then that everything started to unfold.
Yeah.
I might still have that t-shirt still. It was an AFI t-shirt with a spider on it. Or a bee on
nice.
it. It was pretty dope.
I just remembered something about middle school and t-shirts. I wore Pokemon t-shirts all the way up to 8th grade.
Damn.
That's the epitome of cringe right there. I just thought about that. Yeah, I remember field day. I wore my Pokemon water type t-shirt that day. I'm gonna go jump off a cliff now.
But was it lit?
It couldn't be. It was watertight.
Okay, here's my stats on that. In a way, it is cringy, but if you own it, the cringe goes away. That
Mhm.
specifically, because even like adults wear Pokemon shirts all the time.
Yeah, but
Granted, half of them are neckbeards, but that's besides the point. I'm saying you ain't alone. If that's any solace, I don't know.
thanks, Kevin. You make me feel better.
You're still trash.
Yeah. What's new?
Um,
I'm less trash than Taylor, so there you go.
true. She couldn't even make it today. So the whole going back to the whole hot topic in middle school thing, um, that actually there was a butting of heads because seventh grade was
Mhm.
around the time I got my first girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she was not into the whole hot topic thing. So how did that work? I have no idea how that came to be, but it did. And every time I wanted to dress up as something or dress a certain way, she would be like, "Oh nope, I'm gonna avoid you now." And I was like, "I ain't gonna play your games anymore." And then I gave up. I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna not do that because at that age, girls were more important."
I feel you, nigga. That was like number one priority, bro, for a minute.
Did you guys date in
He's
middle school?
um
I tried to. I it didn't really work out, but dude,
yeah,
Whether it
I
worked
I
out or
I
not
got
is
some cringy
evidence.
shit, dude. I got some cringy. I got something to tell you. Just
I
reminded me of a middle school story.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there's this girl in my homeroom class, cute as heck. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that because I thought she was hot as hell and I wanted to bone her. Like I was in sixth grade and I don't even really know what the fuck I'm thinking about, but I'm just like, this chick's so hot, man. Like I want to date her, you know. Like
I wanna
ah,
hold her
she's like so,
hand.
yeah, dude, I want to do all this stuff, right? And
Right.
like, every now and then, I talk to her, and in my head, I'm thinking, hey, I'm doing pretty good. I just talked to her. We had a couple conversations. Maybe I can maybe I can like step over the line, trying to see if she wants to go out or something. Like I didn't know how to ask a girl how to like can we be boyfriend girlfriend type shit. Like there was always a certain way that people had said it or what was hip,
Mhm.
and like what was going around in our area. Like people would just say like, hey, do you want to go out with me, shit like that. And I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of interesting. I guess that's what I'll say to her. But like, okay, so this is literally what happened. This is fucked up. But okay. I talked to my friend and I'm like, dude, I like this girl, man. Like, give me some advice, right? And he's like, all right, man, well, we can do this. You can do that. And this is what ended up happening. She was at her locker. It's the end of the day. People are going to their buses so they don't miss the bus ride home and whatnot. And she's about one of the only people left there. And I'm like, you know how you get nervous? You got hella butterflies, bro. Hella butterflies. That's like all that was in my stomach, and like they're just like I'm literally like choking on them at this point, and I'm just like, fuck, okay, just talk to him, man, you can do this. And my friend was with me still though, and basically he asked her out for me right in front of me, like right there, and I'm just like, why did I do that? And literally this is what she said. She looked me dead in my face and was like, I'll think about it. And for a second, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So think about it. That's awesome. Like I've never had a girl tell me that, so I'm like, dude, so think about it. Like she didn't say no, she didn't say, but she'll think about it. That could totally mean yes. She never talked to me again, but it was. I learned my lesson from doing. I think I learned my lesson from doing that, but not. I'm not saying I didn't learn it recently, type shit. But like I did that at least twice. Like I know I did, and I
Mhm.
was just like, okay, you got nigga, like you can't be doing that. Like you gotta have the balls to ask her out yourself, type shit.
True.
But it was just a dumb thing for me to do, dude. He was literally right in front of us, like, hey, so my friend wants to know if you want to go out with him. I'm
I would have
literally
been so
like,
pissed.
dude, I just stood there because I was like, I honestly think I asked him to do it, dude. I was like, dude, no, I think he offered. He was like, you want me to do it for you or some shit, and I'm like, I guess. But
Okay,
that
so
was
at
terrible.
first I blamed him. Now I just blame
It's
you for
still
that.
my fault, low key. It's still my fault. Like,
I'm trying to
God, it
remember
was
how
so
did I.
awkward, bro.
Okay,
Ah,
so I think this
and I
is the
still
way
went
I
to high
did it.
school with her, but I'm pretty sure she forgot about it. But what's up?
So the way I did it, it was kind of cringy, kind of. So I got one of her friends to tell her, "Hey, Kevin needs to tell you something."
Oh my
And then
God.
she confronted me at my locker. I was
Yeah.
not ready for it. She's like, "You wanted to tell me something?" I was like, "Oh,
Oh shit.
because in the back of my head, I'm telling them, you know, tell her
Yeah.
I need to tell you something.
Yeah.
But low key, I don't want to do it."
Exactly. You just want it to happen. You just want it to already be a reality.
Exactly. So she
Yeah.
goes to my locker, and I'm just kind of like, my head sinks into my shoulders, like, yeah, maybe you want to go out sometime, that kind of
I'm sorry.
thing. That's what happened the first time.
I can just imagine you doing that.
Wow.
And
Just
she,
I'm sorry.
it was a burden lifted when she said yeah, and
What?
immediately walked away. I couldn't feel my legs, and I got rushed. I got bum rushed by my friends. They were all like, "Oh, what happened, man? What'd she say?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Shit,
You
couldn't
know,
talk."
y'all did that too at
Oh
one
well,
time, but
Ken, you did that in high school.
yeah. But no, I got a story for middle school too. Trust me.
Real talk.
But go on. Yeah, real talk.
No, I want to hear this.
Oh,
Hmm.
all right. Now, a certain friend of ours. We're not gonna name any names, but
Oh, well, like we still know them.
yes.
Oh,
In fact, we very much still know them.
oh,
In middle
Oh
school,
shit.
uh, she quotation marks.
oh. Is she a he now?
Huh.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
You know who I'm talking about?
I don't know
Yeah.
who. Oh, I think I do. I think I
You,
do.
you sure?
Yeah, I think I do. It doesn't matter. Keep going. The audience doesn't know.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Kevin. We both asked her out.
Yeah, or no, I didn't.
Okay,
I
you
thought you
attempted.
did.
I
You
thought you did
attempted.
too.
Okay,
All right.
this is
Anyway.
this is not for the podcast.
Keep going, King. We're getting off topic. It's so
Anyway,
good.
so I found out I was like, wow, this person is actually really, really, really cool. I can't be mad at her. You know, she's relatively nice. She's an awesome artist. Blah 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 blah. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna ask her out. I'm gonna take all the courage and all or anger, I don't know, all the negativity that's been going on in my life, and I'm just gonna like say, forget it. I'm gonna ask her out. I go to ask her out, and she's just like, no, I don't think my dad will accept it. And I'm like, okay,
And that's a sad reality.
It is a
yeah.
sad
And that
reality.
that is, do you know how many times I get that? I have gotten that before.
I've been rejected because the dad was racist.
Yeah,
That hurt.
Yeah, I
that
remember
hurt.
that.
Yeah, that hurts.
I
Uh,
can't even imagine.
but the
Bro,
worst
that
part
was some
is,
sick shit. Go on now.
that's not even the worst part. At this time, uh, someone else asked her out, and then she started dating them.
That's a blow to the heart.
Oh, I know that feel. That shit pisses me off. I've had that happen that was like a year ago though. That was some I got over it, but that was some bullshit. She was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm not ready for that right now." Soon as we stopped talking, mind you, she had a boyfriend. As soon as we stopped talking, I'm just like, "Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. It's
I
all
got you.
good, you know. But keep doing me. You have fun."
Then ends up going out with somebody else.
Right.
Okay, so that brings up another cringy topic. This is gonna be the cringe podcast.
The cringe
Cringiest
cast.
ways you've like approached a girl or tried to get with a girl.
Shut your mouth! I already hate you.
Oh man.
No,
Wait,
Kevin.
I'm gonna try to think of something that I've done. You know, you said like the creepiest, cringiest way you've approached a girl.
I mean, not the cringes, just stories. You
The
know?
story.
Oh
Um,
no!
think. I know I've got a couple. Cause I get nervous. I used to get nervous.
I
I
I
still
still
get
kind of
nervous.
yeah, I still get
We
nervous.
all get
It's not
nervous.
as bad,
It's
but
never gonna
it's
go
still
away.
pretty bad. But like, it's not as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but when
um.
you said that, the first
Oh.
thing that
Oh.
came to mind.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really necessarily bad or anything, but like, it kind of threw me off. You know? Okay, so I was at this club, right?
Okay.
And like everybody's just dancing and stuff, you know, and then like I see this girl, you know, and like she kept kind of like getting closer to me type shit. So I'm thinking maybe she wants to talk or something, you know, like maybe I should talk to her, you know, like whatever, you know. I'm not thinking too hard about it, so I'm just like, hey, what's up? You know, what's your name? I'm talking to her for literally less than like 5, 6 seconds, dude, and then her friend grabs her and starts making out with her, and I'm just like, I mean. If you don't shit, okay. Like if you don't want to talk, that's cool too. You know, like
Just
you
say,
can,
you know,
right.
you could
This
drop a hint.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I mean, that dropped the hint, all right, but I mean, I just turned around. I was like, okay, that's cool too, you know. Like, you gonna let me in there or not?
You want to make it a threesome? Hey!
Oh,
That's terrible.
if she goes both ways, that's always a plus.
Yeah, yeah.
True, true.
I'm
Um,
trying. I can't think of any
I
other.
got a story. I got a story. Kevin
All right.
and Tim both know the story. I fucking hate that it exists in my mind. It was the first thing that came to mind when Kevin said approach the girl.
It's the
And
first thing
Mhm.
that came to mind when I said that.
yeah, I'm gonna drop kick you, but it is pretty cringy, at least in my mind. But
Well,
or
okay,
no,
yeah.
no, that was hella cringy. What are we talking about? So I'm gonna give some backstory so I feel less bad about it. It's still cringy. Anyway, so this is when high school, like we said, this is when I started being open and stuff like that. And I've always attempted to ask out girls, and I've never been
Mhm.
successful because I didn't have enough, self confidence, and
I
I
feel you,
just
bro.
yeah. So tell me why. In high school there was this chick I like, and I was just like, oh yeah, she's really cool, blah blah blah, and we're actually really cool friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so I attempt to ask her out, but the way I did, I put my hands over my face and I muffled it out, and I was just like, I thought I don't know what was going through my mind. That I was just like, hey, you wanna go out? And she looked at me with like genuine confusion, and she's like, I'll give you an answer later.
Damn.
And
We
then
were at
I
home too. We were watching.
yeah, and they were
Word.
watching, and I
And
turned to them and I'm like,
no worries.
hey,
I was like,
I'm
dude,
gonna go.
why did you do that?
I'm gonna go kill myself. Don't. I'll be right. Suicide's not a joke. Anyway, oh dog, that was horrendous. I never got my answer.
I imagine you didn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
funny
You should
is,
approach him, her, or whatever, and be like, "Yo, you never answered me. What's up with that?"
Right, bro. Oh my God, just be low key aggressive, but not like super. Or you could be passive aggressive
Yeah,
about
passive
it.
aggressive.
That's
um,
always funny as fuck.
look.
So you didn't
Let me finish my
didn't give
goddamn
me
story. I'm just kidding.
sorry.
He's like, "I've been waiting, for years."
She goes to Swick too. So
Oh
I
shit.
actually did. I was like, "Hey, yo, I never got my answer right." She's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Don't you worry about it."
He's like, "Oh, you're pretending not to know about it, but I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. I got you."
Are you silly whore? I know you know.
Oh, you
I wouldn't
silly,
say.
you hussy. It's okay. I know it's.
That's so
Uh,
bad.
like because college is a whole different scene. You can do whatever you want and nobody cares.
Hmm.
Um, at least that's what you expect. There has been some situations, but anyway.
Yeah, it just makes you question, like, are we in college or are we in high school? Chill.
Mm,
Bro,
yeah.
you telling me, bro? Oh my God.
But along
Okay.
the same lines of what Ken was talking about, this was around the same time, and Tim and I kind of share this story.
Yeah.
So,
Oh snap! I think I know what it is.
This
you
is
know
yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So, Tim and I liked these two girls, and they just so happened
They
to be
happen to be
best of
best
friends.
friends, just like us.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, dude, this is perfect.
Sweet, yeah.
So how are we gonna tell them? And I was like, yo, dog, I got the perfect idea, and I've done this before, and this will be a story I'll tell you guys later. We put a poem in her locker. Drops the mic.
I was a part of that too for my thing, but that's besides the point.
Mhm.
You
Me
did
and
do
Kevin,
that too?
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he has, yeah.
yeah, I did that.
It probably would have been after, right?
It was before though.
Okay. Then we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So we planned it all out. We were like, all right, we're gonna put it in their locker on the same day, so then they'll be
Mhm.
forced to talk about it with each other, and we're not gonna say anything. We're gonna let them figure it out. And so I can't remember what exactly happened with Tim, like how the poem thing worked out, like if she found out or not. So I don't know if you want to tell that part of the story.
Oh, I zoned out. You talking about the poem part?
Yeah, just the poem part.
I zoned
Like
out,
what I
fam.
wrote?
Say again?
Like what I wrote? Like what was the question?
No, not like how. Like, did she find out? What happened
Oh,
after?
oh, dude, I remember throwing it in there, and then I'm pretty sure she read it that day, but I'm trying to remember. Like, I went up to her. I'm trying to remember how I like tried to like ask about it, but not be like
So you get
str-
anything in your locker today?
right, not be like obvious. I think she knew though. She said something to that extent that she knew like right off the bat that it was me, and I. In a way, I was kind of like, "Oh, that's cool," but then I was like, "Damn, I wasn't sneaky at all." Like, well, shit. But but I don't know. I didn't feel too awkward, but I was just. I don't know if she understood or I don't know.
What
I
if
don't
the
know. Maybe I
person she
thought
was
too
thinking
hard
about
about
wasn't
it.
you at all? She's
That
like,
would
I
have
think I
hurt,
know who it is, and it's like,
bro. Just someone that I completely hate, and I'm just like, right, because he totally put that in there. He totally cares about your feelings. Like, ah, he comes
It's
to your locker every day, doesn't? No, like I was no,
it's your rival.
right.
and so for my situation, and it kind of hurt a little bit. It was
uh,
we was walking to her house. I remember we were all
mhm.
there, and Tim and I were scheming that day because that was the day I think that was the day we put the thing in their locker, or it was that week.
Yeah.
And so I keep trying to remember. Like, we schemed. We were like, all right, we're gonna fall back, and you're gonna talk with her, and then I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna talk with her. And we are like, oh, dude, this is bulletproof plan. This is bulletproof. What could
Right.
go wrong? The only thing we did not account for was our cowardice demeanor. And so we were talking, and I don't know how it came up, but the poem came up. And she was like, yeah, I have an idea who it is. And she was like, and then we stopped there, and she was like, it's either you or Sweeta. And I was like,
I remember, and I was like, what
so keep it,
the?
for the sake of context, at this point, I did not like this kid. I did not. Because he was my competition. And I was like, okay, yeah, I did it. Because I'm not going to let this tool get away with it. Like, this is mine. I did it, not you. I'm owning the cringe right now. And so she was just like, yeah, I kind of figured. And that just snowballed into like this giant thing.
Damn.
Like it just got worse from there. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, yeah, pretty much every guy I've, hung out with tends to like me. And I'm like, really?
I never noticed.
And
I've never
Ken, that is the reason I never asked her out.
Understood.
Because that was
Damn.
like, I ain't every guy.
I feel you, bro. He said, I ain't every guy.
Snap, snap. So yeah, that was the cringy part about it was the locker thing. That I would
Yeah.
never do that again. That's very cowardly. At the point we thought I was like, oh, dude, it's so sweet. No.
Homecoming though.
Oh, that ruined.
Dude, we were just like, fuck it, and we hung out that day.
Yeah, we hung out in this abandoned house. They were building the house. We were like, we don't need no girl.
We ended the night watching scary ass videos, dude, and hardly being able to sleep. Like, I remember that.
These are facts. They were scary.
Very scary.
I'm still trying to find one of those videos. It was
Dude, I could find one. I bet you I remember.
it was like when that one,
The war dude from
yeah, he
that one
like
was
popped out
creepy.
at the camera.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
bad. Okay, I promised I would talk about the other thing.
Yeah.
The other note in the locker. So the first time I did it was in Honduras. And in Honduras, I had no confidence whatsoever. None.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, hey, this is going to be a good idea. Because I'm so deep and all these other Honduran kids, they shallow as hell. So I wrote a poem, and looking back on it, I thought it was pretty bomb. It was pretty good. And so I just kind of stuffed that into a locker. And we only had one prior conversation to this, so that makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this with the me and Tim thing, doing the locker. Like, we weren't going to go to their locker, make it sound obvious.
Yeah.
I did that. I was
You
like,
made it obvious.
I made it obvious, man. I was like, hey, what's up? And she immediately was like, did you put this in here? I was like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
That wouldn't.
She was like, it's really sweet. And then I just kind of
Oh.
guttered away, and I was oblivious to the fact that was just a ploy to get me to go away.
Wait, really?
Mm-mm.
Aw.
Probably because I didn't do anything after that. I didn't even talk to her after that, except on
Damn,
Facebook, which is even
nigga.
worse. The cringy part of these stories is that we don't know how to handle. We just can't handle.
We just can't handle people. It's just that's how it is. People are scary. Scary some bitches.
They are.
Attractive people are scary sometimes.
Always. But Ken, you said you had a story about the poem in the locker thing?
No, I just remembered, not necessarily a story. I remember you were like, hey, dog. Well, I remember our conversation about it, though. It was like, hey, dog, I'm going to go put some poem in the locker. Where I'm like, oh, dog, yeah, me too. And then we started having a conversation like, man, we were born in the wrong time. We should have been born in the 1920s.
With racism.
What racism?
What a great time to be alive.
Right. a tan fella and a black dude in the 1920s. Shit,
We get our own water fountains, bro. Like, how sick is that? Nobody else gets to put their dirty ass mouth on my water fountain ever again. I get my own. Like,
I can imagine you guys kind of crowding over this danky little water fountain. It's leaking water. You're like, you mean this is all mine? Shit, that's lit. You look over, see the white water fountain. You're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up.
Wait a minute.
If me and...
Go ahead.
Or no, you first. I will remember mine.
I was just gonna say, if there was a black guy named Martin Luther King leading a civil rights movement, I would get behind him.
Definitely.
Be like, pew pew, take that racism, and I'd be behind that all the way. But what I was gonna say is, if me and Tim and like Kevin were all in like a time period, no matter what would be going on, we'd always like somehow make it better for ourselves.
I think
Yeah.
we would become the equivalent of Robin Hood.
That
I really think so.
Tim would
Robin Hood weak as fuck. No, I'm kidding. I just wanted to say
That's part of
that.
the job description.
hype as fuck. Shoot.
I literally just wanted to say that.
I bet you did. Now go eat salt, you shit lord.
So,
But
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like Tim is like Tim and I are just a pair in general. But
Yeah.
2 balls in a sack.
That's
I'm
new.
shaved
Shit.
when isn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just keep throwing shade. I can't help myself.
Mm-hmm.
You automatic shade throwing son of a bitch.
Like you said, it's automatic. I can't help it.
I can't control my own actions.
I've hit
I'm not in
rock
control of
bottom.
my actions, bro.
I hate it when people
Jeez.
tell me that. It's like, yes, you are. Own up to it. And I think that is the theme for this podcast. Own up to it.
Mhm.
You've
Quit being a
done
little
some,
bitch.
yeah, you've cringed up, done some cringy things. Own it. It's the only
Yeah.
way it's on it. The only way it's gonna get better.
The only way it won't get better is you don't own up to the cringe and you continue to do the cringe, and your life is now ass.
Musty hoe.
Would you rather? Let's see. Let's find a good one. Would you rather die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain? That is
Dang, that's
dumb.
fucked up. I'm gonna die here. I would
Uh,
never become the villain. Are you kidding me, dude? I'm
I
dying a
don't know.
hero.
Being a villain, like
Being a villain is
How
pretty
do you
BA.
live?
this
But how do
question
you
is
live long enough to see yourself become it, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you
like
do?
the moment you had the opportunity to die a hero, you're just like, nah, I ain't taking that shit, nigga. Fuck that shit. And then
I
you
mean,
just like,
true.
and then like the next day, you're like, you know what? Now I'm a villain, and you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
What if there's a twist and you live long enough to see yourself become the hero again?
That ain't a part of the question.
Alright, well, 67% agree to die a hero.
I'm gonna die here,
Awesome.
hero too.
Kind of the same thing. Would you rather be a superhero and hated by everyone, or have no arms or legs but be loved by all?
I will be a superhero.
I don't know. Being a whooper is pretty bomb.
Wait a minute. I could get 3D print into body parts and
That would
be
be
like
dope.
super cyborgish, and then if anybody fucked with me, I could just blast their head off or some shit. So
This is true. This is true.
This is true. I, I'm gonna go with be loved by everyone.
technology, man.
I want you. Notice me, senpai. There we go.
So 31% agree to have no arms and legs. 69% didn't think this question through.
Especially not like Tim. Tim think of all the options, all the
I'll be a
loopholes.
super. I literally do.
Would you rather? Okay, I think this one's terrible. Would you rather have all your limbs cut off by a very dull butter knife, or have to go to every single local WNBA game for the rest of your life?
WNBA.
Yeah,
Look,
women's
Oh,
we'll
basketball.
be the
local?
only person at the WNBA.
What
It
was the
says
first
local.
one?
Say again?
What was the first option again?
Have all your limbs cut off with a dull butter knife.
Damn, why? They,
I love how like,
just rather just go to the WNBA. Like you,
but you have to
me,
go to all the local WNBA games, all of
uh,
them,
For the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life. But it's funny how they could. Women's basketball is comparable to being your arms sawed off by a very dull knife,
I'm
or all
actually
your
interested
limbs.
to see the results. So what will it be,
I don't have
fellas?
much of an
I'm
answer.
going
for
to
that.
I'm going to
Shit.
WNBA. Shoot.
Same, dude. Like I'm not trying to get my shit cut up like that.
Jeez, 85%, 15% agree to have their limbs cut off. 85% agree to go to the WNBA.
Okay,
Somebody does not like women's basketball.
I know, right?
Okay, would you rather receive $5 a day for the rest of your life, or receive $50,000 right here, right now?
I believe
50.
I can.
Oh, $5 every day is pretty lit though.
You
'Cause
know,
that
you can buy yourself like 4 candy bars every day.
Or,
I'm not
you
gonna
know,
do that.
save
Bite
it.
your teeth out eventually. But
Yeah, saving it would
true.
be pretty dope. I mean that
Dang.
could.
'Cause
And
I
if you
feel
work,
like you get,
you know what, $5 every day, because you
I
could
was
like
gonna
work an
do
actual job and then like get $5 every day. If
that.
you just save those $5, it'd be pretty dope.
And like the 50,000 right here right now would be cool, but like when you get it right here right now, you're gonna want to spend that right here right now almost. You
Or
know,
you could save
so
it.
even
You
if
know?
you have that mindset, you're gonna want to use it. I feel like it just came out of nowhere. Like
But
I feel like
the
building it up, I'm gonna have a goal, and it'd be easier for me to like keep that in mind, and then it'll
and
be easier for me to save it.
right, and also like with the $5 every day, you're eventually going to have more than that $50,000 right here, right now. So
That's what I'm saying,
Would
dude.
you though? Because you're making okay, 5 times
365.25, but 365,
yeah,
which
that's
would
around like
be
1,500 something. I don't know. I'm
it,
I'm guessing right now.
1,825.
Okay.
So you make $1,000 and $1,825 a year.
Okay.
That is that's not bad,
That's not bad,
Like,
but I'm not gonna live
and like
off of
that's
that.
just on the side. That's just on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can work an actual job and then you get $5 every day.
That's what
That's like
I'm saying. Like,
that is $35 every week.
nigga, that's nice, low key. I mean, you can hold on to that. Like, do
Go
what
to
you
a
gotta
movie
do.
every week.
That's what I'm
Or,
saying.
buy yourself some nice ass lunch or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
buy all
Shit,
the
whatever.
amiibos in the world.
But fifty
Oh my
thousand
god.
dollars right here, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty nice too.
It
Yeah,
does sound nice, honestly.
Like,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't. There's nothing. Well, maybe a house. Maybe that would
True,
go
I feel
towards a
you.
house.
fifty
Even though
thousand
that wouldn't
dollars right
really
here,
buy
right
a
now.
house, but
That
Dude, I'd
is
it's
buy a
something.
lifetime supply of Chex Mix.
You like
Can we
Chex
see the
Mix?
results?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, 52% agree to spend $5 for the or every day.
Spend $5.
Wait, spend
You
five
mean,
No, no,
dollars?
no, no, no. I misspoke.
I was
Okay, I
about
was
to
about to
say,
say.
boy, I was about to
Fuck that
say.
shit. Get the $50,000 thing.
Yeah, what the fuck am I trying to spend five every day for?
What can you buy with $5 nowadays? Gas, I guess. You can get a gallon and a
Yeah,
half.
right. That's about it, nigga.
Okay,
Shit.
would you rather go 1 year without teeth or go 1 year without the internet?
That's what I
Sorry,
get.
Tim.
That's
Every
what I.
time you begin to die, I get to die of laughter. That's fucked up.
No, dude, that's what I get for laughing on my back. I literally choked so hard. Ah.
But
So you said no teeth 1 year,
No teeth for
or
a year or no internet for a year.
no teeth for a year. I don't have to talk. I don't have to chew food.
shit.
And
I would
nowadays,
honestly like to no internet for a year and just to see how it would work.
I
I
couldn't
would.
do
I would
that.
want. It. I want to do
My memes are too precious.
it's true.
it. I'd
Okay,
try it.
so 56% agree to go without the internet,
Cool.
which is admirable, but I don't know how well that's gonna turn out.
I mean, if there was another benefit to it, I'd probably go without internet. But I mean,
Just enjoy nature. Like, as much as I love the internet, it keeps me
Tim,
inside
shut your
sometimes.
ass up. You don't even like
I'm
ladybugs.
serious. No, I still like being outside. Like, I'm growing better. I do like ladybugs.
I'm just
I'm
picking on.
getting better with bugs. I know. I am bad with them sometimes. I just don't like it when they fuck with me. It's like, we're cool, nigga. But why you gotta get in my face and shit? Like,
Hey, what's up, Tim?
that's all it is.
How
I
you doing,
swear.
lady? This.
Literally my reaction. Like,
Look, speaking of like middle school and high school, since that was the subject, I remember one time.
no,
All right. Too bad. I'm still
no.
gonna say.
Go ahead. You already
Uh,
started.
Tim pushed me into a thorn bush because of a horsefly because we went out in the woods. It was
I'm
he.
so sorry, Ken.
It's cool, but it's always a funny story to me because he went absolutely nuts. Because our friend, a good friend of ours named Jalen, he was with us and we were all just enjoying the time. And he was like, "Oh, Tim, you got a horsefly in his back. Tell me why this dude did like, you know that?
Wow.
Remember that episode when Squidward got all super sexy and shit, and then like he
Yeah.
started falling? That's what Tim did to knock me into the bush. It was, it was majestic yet terrifying.
I'm sorry, man. I was scared. I didn't mean to do that type shit. I don't even know, bro. It got
Look,
blurry. Everything got blurry. My life is
Dylan
flashing
jumped out
before
the
my
way.
eyes.
Dylan let me
Shit
die.
was,
Dylan jumped out the way.
Shit was great. But I did see you in that thorn bush, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
Well,
Uh,
better him than me.
no. Oh.
Would you rather eat
I for sure.
25 toenails or snort a
Uh,
tablespoon of cinnamon?
oh,
I'd go with
dude,
tablespoon of cinnamon.
And the toenails are
that's
not
the worst
yours.
thing ever.
Ah, yeah, tablespoon of cinnamon, man. I'm sorry, that's just nasty.
That's funny. But dude, can I like put it in a drink or something?
Oh, the dog.
Mix-
Oh,
The toenails?
Yeah. What if I mix it with something? Can I do that? Like,
It doesn't say you can't, like,
okay,
mix
well,
toenails with anything.
it
Well,
doesn't say they can't be fake toenails, so I'm gonna go with fake toenails.
God, Tim.
true. True.
Gonna go get some fake toenails and eat them bitches right now. No,
I'm
I'm
sure
kidding.
there's some gummy toenails out there.
Right.
Like as a candy. I'm sure there is. Anyway, 72% agree to snort a tablespoon of cinnamon. Which I can't
That's
blame them.
such a bad headache, bro. I can't imagine how bad that headache would be.
I've never done the cinnamon
Ah,
challenge, but it looks terrible. It looks like torture.
it is.
Yeah.
And that is all the time we have for this episode. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this cringy ride. Thank you for owning up to your cringe.
We'll never do this again.
We'll never do this again,
Never do this again.
Never.
except when we mean to.
Yes.
Anyway, join us again next month when we do this again.
We're still considering if we should do it continue to go with the every month train, or just starting doing it whenever we wanted to, like we used to.
Yeah, I haven't hammered that out, but we'll think about it, and we'll keep you posted. So, good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.